Good evening. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Sports Talk for Friday, August 20th. I'm still in my house. I'm just not filming in my usual place. So I'm just filming from my bed today because I'm pretty exhausted. As soon as I finish this and post it, I am going to pass out. But at least tomorrow, luckily I get to sleep in until 7 a.m., which is sleeping in for me. So, but Saturdays are rough days. I work from 8 until 9:30. So definitely my longest day of the week. Not really looking forward to it. Never really do, but gotta make that cheddar. That's how I can afford to travel all the time. Speaking of traveling, my passport situation seems to be taken care of. I went in there yesterday on my day off, and I was kind of anticipating having to spend hours on the phone or something, but I just went in there and talked to the passport agent. Luckily, I ended up at her window. She's the same lady that did my passport renewal stuff when I went in there to get it replaced after it got stolen. And she said that all I needed to do was get a new picture, and since they're the ones that took the picture, they redid it free of charge, and so hopefully this picture will work. It's a brand new photo. I'm wearing some lighter clothes, so hopefully, there won't be a problem. And I did have to pay for because I did ship it priority, so I did have to pay for that. It was only like $4 or something. Then I bought some stamps too, some really cool, actually, I can show them off to you. I got them right here. Hold on 1 minute. They are Sun Science stamps are really cool. And yeah, so that's the first time I ever bought stamps somewhere other than just like the grocery store, where you get the generic book of stamps that they offer you. So yeah, that's cool. A perk of going to the post office. Another thing I wanted to show off that I finally sprung for is this photo here. I know the reflection's not great. This photo here of the Saguaro National Park at sunrise. This was actually taken by the guy who picked me up when I was hitchhiking out of Saguaro the first time I was down there. And I was really having a rough night that night because I couldn't get back to town, and I was I'll admit it, I was pretty scared that I was gonna have to walk all the way back to town from that place at night. I'm deathly afraid of snakes. I didn't want to encounter a rattlesnake. I didn't want to deal with like any cartel like kidnapping me or anything. So yeah, I was freaking out, but I'm so glad that he was there and he offered to give me a ride. And he wouldn't take money from me. But when he released his monthly newsletter with the pictures that he took down there a couple of months ago, I think it was May, his May newsletter. I've been keeping tabs on it. I really love that picture, and I was like, I gotta buy that picture eventually at some point. I finally did it. Not only does it remind me of my happy place, which is southern Arizona, but it also reminds me of the kindness of strangers. It's also just a beautiful shot, really. So I was happy to pay these $60 or whatever for that photo. Yeah, I just gotta figure out where I'm gonna hang it. Probably somewhere in this bedroom, but also I can hang it out in the living room somewhere too. It's a possibility that I'm considering. And I gotta work on that. I gotta work on not saying so much. I watched Free Guy last night with Ryan Reynolds, the new Ryan Reynolds movie. I mean, I wasn't anticipating it being great because I just had a feeling, but it just wasn't as interesting as I was hoping it would be. I thought it'd be more funny. I don't recall laughing during the movie at all. So, I mean, it was entertaining. It had its entertainment value for sure, and it was an interesting story of technology and video games and stuff like that. It's definitely gonna appeal to the younger crowd, the gaming crowd. I think it's gonna appeal to the Ryan Reynolds fans, I think, a lot. But I didn't love it, but it was, again, it had its entertainment value. I don't regret going and watching it, especially since it was free for me. I don't have to pay for the movie tickets, so there's no reason for me to regret it. Yeah, I didn't even get popcorn for that movie. I usually get popcorn and a drink for every movie, but I just wasn't feeling popcorn yesterday, so yeah, if you're gonna go watch it, I just go in with lesser expectations. So getting into the sports now, my dynasty rookie draft happened Sunday. No, what the hell? It's Friday. Started on Wednesday. Finished it today. I got 2 rookies, 2 first round picks. I had my pick at 21. Okay, actually a lot happened in the last 48 hours. Let's try to summarize. I traded away some guys to get some more picks. Ended up with 3 picks. And then a guy randomly who's trying to tank approached me about acquiring James Harden for some of my picks and some of my, players that aren't really going anywhere. I was like, okay, I'm really intrigued by this. How can I say no to this? So we negotiated a deal. I got James Harden to pair with Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo. But that's not the end of the story. I took James Harden, flipped him for Damian Lillard, and a first-round pick. Steal for me, right? I actually had options. It was I could have traded him for Jalen Suggs and Leandro Bolmaro, a young European guy who's supposed to come over this year. I'm really high on. Really, I loved both offers, but ultimately I went with Damian Lillard just because he's one of my favorites, and I couldn't turn down the opportunity for another first round pick either. So especially after trading away all the picks, I wanted another rookie, another guy who even though I'm high on Bolmaro, I wanted a younger rookie who I picked myself and could watch develop. I just feel like a rookie, like a 19-year-old rookie or whatever, it's more of an asset than a European guy that nobody really knows much about, right? So ultimately did that trade. So now I have Lillard, Durant, and Giannis going into next year. My rookies that I got at 21, I got Corey Kispert, the small forward from Gonzaga, considered the best shooter in the draft. He's definitely going to help me in 3-point shooting, and also he's a little older of a prospect, so he's ready to help me now because I think I have a team that could possibly contend. And then I drafted, but ultimately ended up being the last pick of the first round. I got Josh Christopher, the young combo guard from Arizona State, who I'm really high on. I actually got him in both of my dynasty drafts that just happened recently, and I'm excited to watch him develop, hopefully, into a good player. As for football drafts, I've been breaking a lot of my own rules, like never prioritize tight end, but man, I've been going heavy on tight end. I've been getting Travis Kelce at like in the back of the first round because I have that turn coming up. I pick 8, pick 9, taking Travis Kelce, and then getting the running back or whatever at 12, 13, and it's actually working out because there's a lot of running back depth that I like, guys I can get later. So we'll talk about that more next week when I do my spikes and yikes for the preseason. But Yeah, I'm also getting good tight ends. I'm doubling up on tight ends, man. Tight ends are a really a small quantity of good ones, so I'm trying to get two quality ones, because the more that I have, that means it's less likely that someone else has them. So I'm getting guys like Dallas Goedert, Noah Fant, Rob Gronkowski as my backup tight ends later on, and kind of screwing other people out of getting a good tight end, which is kind of the point of it. So yeah, and then what else was I gonna? I was gonna say something else about it, but yeah, I'm noticing early on here that week 7 is definitely a bad bye week for me. I'm trying to, avoid the week 7 players, because I know that it's a problem for me, but there's just too many. They're so good. Yeah, like I just did a draft actually before I did this video. I ended up with 4 starters who have a week 7 bye, so that's going to be a rough week, but I did draft guys I feel are quality backups to fill in those weeks as necessary. So yeah, usually I'm the kind of guy who avoids tight end, ignores tight end, or I'm the kind of guy who doesn't like to stack bye weeks. But I mean, I guess this year I'm just feeling more adventurous. I guess it's all the traveling I'm doing, stuff like that, feeling more adventurous. But let's get into the baseball stuff real quick, since we're at almost 12 minutes. I know you guys probably don't care all that much about all the crap, but I'm just trying to do a show here. But if I did like 3-4 minute videos, I don't know. Actually, people would probably like that better. Attention spans these days are pretty mellow. But a couple of steaming hot hitters to consider. Carter Kieboom, the young prospect for the Nationals, has an everyday role now as they enter their rebuild phase. He's the starting third baseman, and he's hitting decently well, proving that maybe he's here to stay this time. And Miguel Sano just hit the bereavement list, so you're going to have to live without him for the weekend. It's totally understandable if you don't end up adding him now, but he's hitting really well. Another guy who's getting an everyday role with a rebuilding team, and is making the best of his opportunity. Some streamers for Saturday. First off, I just want to mention that I put Tristan McKenzie on this list because he's a very, very popular streamer for the day after his last start, and he's facing a team in the Angels that aren't super good, but his ownership is above the 50% threshold now, because he's been a very popular ad for tomorrow. But coming into a few hours ago, he was not above 50%, so I am keeping him on this list because he's a unique case. As for his opponent in that game, Reed Detmers, another young uber prospect for the Angels, hasn't looked great so far in his brief major league tenure, but the strikeout potential in the minor leagues was astronomical. He's still an uber prospect, and he's getting his juiciest matchup of his young career so far, facing the weak hitting Indians. So Reed Detmers could very well be the best starter of the day tomorrow. Potential is definitely has the potential for it. Also, Eric Lauer of the Brewers definitely flying under the radar, as he's been facing some pretty bad lineups himself and been capitalizing on it very well. That should continue again tomorrow. He's facing the Nationals, who are again rebuilding. So Eric Lauer's streak of quality starts should be extended another day. And lastly, Drew Smiley of the Braves at the Orioles. The Orioles are pretty terrible right now. They've lost like 15 straight games or something like that. And the Braves are still in contention. And Drew Smiley is another guy who's throughout his whole career been able to strike out a lot of people, a lot of batters on a consistent basis. That shouldn't change against the Orioles. The only problem with Drew Smyly, his whole career also, has been he's very injury prone. But so far this year, knock on wood, he stayed healthy. And as long as he can stay healthy through at least one more start, he's a very viable streaming option for you tomorrow as well. So I'm going to end the video here now so I can go to bed. And plus I'm over 15 minutes. Have yourself a blessed day. Good luck in your lineups. Good luck with your football drafts. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment. You can send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. I'm not super hard to find. How many Bronsons could there possibly be, right? And besides, I mean, this mug is you can't mimic this face. So just look for the face. And yeah, peace, love, and nacho fries. Thanks so much.